Okay, it is Wednesday, October 14th. I'm Tom Novak. You're bringing me the news and Novak weather update. Quite an interesting day right now across the upper Midwest. As we have a storm system, you can clearly see it here. Let's see it wrapping up now right over Minnesota, central Minnesota. Actually has produced quite a bit of rain over northern Minnesota, even a couple flakes of snow way up there near the border and along the Rainy River area up there in northern Minnesota. And look at the fast flow, west-east flow across southern Minnesota. Yes, we've got windy conditions. We said it's going to be windy all week, and certainly we've got that. And even you can see a couple of thunder showers that have developed over east central Minnesota. So a whole bunch of stuff going on, and this visible satellite shows that. Now, this is a map that I don't believe I've shown you at least yet in all the videos that we've done in briefings, but this is what we call the wind map. These are vectors that are showing you where winds are coming from and how strong they are. And of course, the brighter the white colors and the faster these arrows that are moving, the stronger the winds. And just for geographic reference, here's Minnesota. And look at this. Pretty easy to tell where a storm system is located. It's right over the upper Midwestern Great Lakes as winds are pinwheeling around that low pressure system that's right over Minnesota. And these winds are strong. And again, get used to the breezy and windy conditions because I think they're going to be with us for the next several days, certainly into the weekend. And the weekend is going to be pretty interesting. And I'm going to show you that here in just a second. These were the highs this afternoon over Minnesota. Again, keep in mind, we had a storm system located right here in central Minnesota, and it separated cooler air, much cooler air with temperatures in the upper 30s and lower 40s in northern Minnesota from warmer air. In fact, temperatures above average here in southern Minnesota as we got into the lower to middle 60s. The average high this time of the year is right around 60 degrees. So not a bad day as far as temperatures were concerned. But yes, of course, as you know, we've had that breezy west wind, in fact, windy west to northwest wind that has been causing problems all day here over the upper Midwest. Here's a jet stream structure. We've shown you this in the last couple of briefings, but yeah, it's very important to take a look at it. And let's just go back to what we've got going on here later today with the jet stream structure. And you can see that the winds are howling. They're really flowing from west, northwest to east, southeast across the upper Midwest. Winds at 30 to 35,000 feet are as high as 160 to 170 knots. And yes, when you get strong winds like that, you can expect them, at least some of them, to get down to the surface. Hence the reason why we have the strong winds in place here at the surface in Minnesota. Now, I'm going to start to focus in on Saturday, okay? And in fact, let's take a look at Saturday afternoon. And again, we have a powerful jet streak now coming in off of British Columbia and then surging east and southeast into the Dakotas. And usually on the nose or in the left front quad of a jet streak like that is where you get inclement weather. And yeah, I think northern Minnesota, the northern third of Minnesota, is in trouble and is likely going to get some rain and potentially some snow out of this system as we get into this coming weekend. Now, as we get into next week, look at how the jet stream starts to dig into the western United States and then surge northeast into the upper Midwest. That's telling me that we may have a warm-up as we get into the middle and latter portions of next week. So hang in there. If you don't like the cold weather, we may actually get finally a warm-up as we get into the middle portions of next week. Now, speaking of Saturday and this weekend, take a look at the temperatures at 700 millibars from the European Computer Model Forecast. The reason why I'm showing you this map, this graphic, is because I want you to look at where the minus 10 to minus 12 Celsius isotherms are located this weekend on Saturday. This is usually at 700 millibars when you get that temperature structure in the atmosphere. That's where snow likes to develop and where it likes to fall at a fairly heavy pace. And that minus 10 to minus 12 Celsius isotherm is located right across northeastern North Dakota and northern Minnesota. So I wouldn't be surprised if some accumulating snow falls up there this weekend, especially on Saturday. So we'll need to keep that in mind and look at the temperature structure on Saturday. Just a real interesting day setting up this weekend on Saturday with temperatures in the mid and maybe even upper 60s in southern Minnesota. And yeah, even the Twin Cities here may reach or exceed 60 degrees on Saturday. Meanwhile, up in northwestern Minnesota, temperatures will be stuck in the low to mid 30s the way it appears. And like I had mentioned, there may be even some accumulating snow up here in northwestern Minnesota as we go through the day on Saturday. In fact, take a look at what the European computer model guidance is showing for snow, for potential snow now on Saturday across northeastern North Dakota and northern Minnesota, about the northern 1/3 of Minnesota. The European computer model guidance shows accumulating snow up there, some as much as 2 to 4 inches. Now, as we look at the travel impact map from Novak Weather and Bring Me the News, you can see that I've got that area of potential snow, or at least inclement weather, just a little bit further south than what the European guidance is showing, but still, the message here is that if you're in Fargo or Grand Forks or Bemidji, Minnesota, International Falls, Minnesota, maybe even Duluth, you need to keep an eye on this weekend. And if you're traveling up there in the northern 1/3 of Minnesota, keep an eye to future forecasts, because there could be some difficult travel with slippery conditions, again, up in the northern 1/3 of Minnesota. Looking at the extended forecast, here it is. Yes, we're in the 40s here for the next couple of days through Friday, and then this is that interesting day here on Saturday. In the Twin Cities Metro, and remember, we're looking at MSP International. This is the forecast for the Twin Cities International Airport. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get into the 60s in southern Minnesota, and it would include the southern and central Twin Cities Metro. And then the bottom drops out as we get into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, with temperatures, high temperatures, only in the upper 30s and lower 40s the way it appears. And once again, I did mention that we may start a warm-up on Wednesday and then continue it into Thursday and Friday. So we'll have to watch for that as we get into next week. But no doubt, much colder weather pattern here for the next 5 to 7 days. All right, we will talk to you tomorrow and give you an update on that snow for northern Minnesota during tomorrow's briefing. Have a great evening.